How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. So in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys that are heating up. And this list, I must say, is the biggest heating up I've ever seen. I've never seen a book climb this high. Now, I've said that before in the past, but this one is ridiculous. It went from, in 6 months, in about 6 months, it went from about a $500 book to $100,000. Yes, $100,000. I cannot stress this enough. This is the biggest jump I have ever seen. And you're like, David, crazy? And I will show you verified sales of this book, but you got to wait to the end. It's a crazy one. All right, first on this list, though, let's get this one out of the way. Crow number 1. This is the first appearance of the Crow. A 9.2 is up 24% from 12.13 on average a few months ago, now selling for $1,500. A 9.4 is up 67% from averaging a few months ago to $1,260, now selling for $2,100. But a 9.6 averaged about $3,000 back in June, now up 68% for a record price of $5,040. Yes, it hit an all-time record price. This book is going up now. You might ask, why is this book going up? Well, apparently they just finished filming the Crow movie with Skarsgård. I think the guy who played it, not the other Skarsgård. Well, there's a bunch of Skarsgårds. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a family of actors, and there's like billions of Skarsgårds, and they're literally in everything, just all over the place. But in any case, they just finished filming. This was on like, is it going to be done? Scripts being passed around for like ages, and directors attached and unattached, all sorts of stuff. So tons of stuff going on. Finally, it is done filming. So this is pretty much going to happen unless they shelve it like the Batgirl movie. But it is done filming. I think it's the guy who played it, that Skarsgård. I liked it. So it, the movie. But needless to say, I think I put this on multiple lists back in the day. I have a couple of copies I've been holding back because these things are pretty rare. All right, next on the list, we got all new Ghost Rider number 1. A 9.4 is up 50% from $70 to now selling for $105. A 9.6 up 75% from $103 to $180. And a 9.8 is up 36% from averaging a few months ago, $272, now currently selling for $370. Now, yes, it's not as high as its peaks. This is not breaking records, but it seems a little uptick, and there's an uptick along all the grade ranges. So that's what I look for. It's like if one is up, like say the 9.8 is up, but 9.6, 9.4, 9.2 are down, then it's like, okay, that's not a trend going up. This is the first appearance of Robbie Reyes. Now, there's a little hint of stuff in the She-Hulk stuff with Donnie Blaze instead of Johnny Blaze. Ghost Rider will appear in the MCU. I do not think he'll be the Robbie Reyes. I believe it will be Johnny Blaze. He will be the Ghost Rider that will appear, and that's Marvel Spotlight 5. Next, we got G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero 21. A 9.2 is up 6% from $329 to $349. A 9.6 is up 44% from $600, now selling for $720. And a 9.8 up 36% from $3,200 to now selling for $4,350. Not a record, but pretty darn close. This is the silent issue and also the first appearance of Storm Shadow. Now, G.I. Joe books have taken a massive hit with the movies trying to come out and not really going anywhere. I think they did a Snake Eyes movie and that just kind of bombed. Don't see G.I. Joe in the near future in terms of movies. But in terms of the comic book lore and also, you know, we got the action figures. I don't know if they make the action figures anymore. I'm not really into action figures like I was when I was a kid. But I used to have G.I. Joe. I actually had one of the off-brand sets. Like, I don't know, it wasn't G.I. Joe's. It was like something else, but it was supposed to be like G.I. Joe's. I had a whole bunch of those because they were like way cheaper. Next, we got Wolverine number 88, the deluxe edition. A 9.4 is up 318% from $67 to $280. A 9.6 is up 164 from $121 to $320, and a 9.8 is up 161% from $307, now currently selling for $800. The reason why this is up is pretty obvious. If you haven't seen, I guess, the trailer or announcement trailer, Wolverine will be in Deadpool 3, and it'll be Hugh Jackman. So any of these books are going to be sky high. But here's the thing. That movie doesn't come out for 2 years. So I mentioned this before when the announcement. A lot of these books are going to shoot up. I think like Giant Size X-Men 1 and it's probably Hulk 181 is shooting up right now. They're going to shoot up temporarily. Giant Size and Hulk 181s, those are good ones. But something like this, it's going to shoot up temporarily. Anything where you see like Wolverine and Deadpool on the cover battling or something like that, they're going to shoot up. That'll be a boost. And it'll slowly, as the hype goes back down, it'll go down. You might see another boost because it's so long. 2 years is a long time before the movie comes out. So you might see another, so shoot up, start going back down, and then probably have another shoot up again right around when you got trailers and more news coming out and maybe like footage or pictures, things like that. But long term, I mean, right now, if you're buying one, you're kind of buying it at the like short-term peak. So if you want to get one, wait a bit. If you have one, sell one now. Okay, and now here is the massive, biggest jump I have ever seen. This book isn't just heating up. It's not even just on fire. It is literally the god of fire, Hades. Well, he's the god of the underworld, but whoever's the god of fire is, that's what this book is. Insanely, just literally so hot right now. Like, it would have to be at the edge of space and time itself, and it would still be burning people. Yes, it is extremely hot. What am I talking about? I am talking about RoboCop #1 from 1987. A 9.4 is up 400% from 105 last year to 525. A 9.6 is up 1,200% from $61 last year, now selling for $800. And here we are. A 9.8 went from $552 back in April, now selling for $100,000. That is up 18,000%. Yes, you did not see that wrong. It is up 18,000%. Imagine having a $500 book just a few months ago and now selling for $100,000. Now, I will say that this $100,000 9.8 was a double cover. So yes. Now you might be thinking, well, David, obviously, you're making things up. I am not making things up. Here, as you can see, here is the eBay listing that has sold. This one is the sold listing for $100,000. Now you might be wondering, oh, it must be fake. Well, if you look at Go Collect, they show you right down here at the fair market value, one sold for $100,000. Then if you look at their chart busters, you can see right there, one sold for $100,000. Right there. Go Collect has it as a verified sale, $100,000 on Go Collect. Now, if you guys don't remember, a while ago, maybe 3 months ago, seems like forever ago, I did a video on how Go Collect doesn't verify their sales. It's kind of, I don't know how they do it. They claim, last time I talked to them, they had people doing it, but clearly they're people that work there are idiots. So they take whatever's on that eBay listing, $100,000. It was a best offer type of thing. And they just throw it in as a verified sale. Now, I did a video on that, and Go Collect got all mad at me and threatened to basically sue me and take down my whole channel unless I take down this video. So I had to take down the video. And this video will probably, want to be taken down too. Who knows? That's what Go Collect do. But if you look over the GPA, you can see that they have that same sale, same serial number on the CGC case, and also a double cover, so it's the exact same book that was on eBay. Someone listed it for $100,000, but they ended up taking $4,999. Now, why doesn't Go Collect fix their thing? They show it all over these blogs and everything else that they have on their website that the RoboCop 1 from 1987 sold for $100,000, which you would think would, anyone that's just typing that in would go, that seems odd. This book is basically not worth very much. The last one sold for about $500. Now it's selling for $100,000. Yeah, maybe I should look into it a little more. And I tried to explain in my previous video that if you just go on eBay, if you're a seller on eBay, they give you this thing called Terapeak where you can actually dive more into the numbers so they don't show you just what's on the screen. You can dive into them and you can actually look for yourself that this book did not sell for $100,000, that it had an offer for about $5,000. Now, still, from 552 to 5,000, that's about 1,000% jump. So yeah, still really, really good. That's like 10xing your money in a very short time. Now, granted, this was a double cover, so add a little bit there, but still, from $500 to $5,000, 10x in your money under like 6 months. That's still amazing. But again, go collect. So you can't trust any of their sales at all. Even though sometimes they have links to it and stuff like that, you basically have to do your own research. So then why are you using them? Yeah, fools. But anyways, that will be it. I just reported it how I saw it. And if I didn't have the GPA to tell you guys the truth, then you would assume that the $100,000 RoboCop #1 was correct, but it is not. It actually sold for $5,000, which is still an amazing sale. I'm not taking anything. Going up 10x in that short amount of time is still fantastic. So, wow. And I showed you other grade ranges. They're all going up. I couldn't even tell you why. I was like, oh, maybe they're coming out with a RoboCop movie or TV show. I'm sure they will be, but I couldn't find anything. But again, the crazy thing was that this book came out the same year the movie came out. It was like 6 months, 5 months apart. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, have a good weekend.